what aspect of 2020 for the Major League Baseball season, any of the advents, do you think is most likely to stick?
Well, I think the expanded playoffs is something we were interested in before the pandemic began. I don't think it's going to look like it looked this year. 16 teams, too many for us. I think we've been historically more selective in terms of the postseason, but I like the idea of playing 2 out of 3 games. I loved that week where, there was just baseball kind of around the clock. I think it was really good for us, and I think by using a smaller number of teams, something more than 10 but less than 16, we can structure the playoffs in a way that preserves the significance of our regular season, makes the teams play hard all the way through the end, but gives us the kind of excitement we had during that first week of the postseason.
What about putting a man in scoring position to start an extra inning? What do you think of that idea that's been out there?
I haven't decided what my personal position on that's going to be. I will say this: I think that the extra inning rule has some traction within the game. I think the players were positive about it. I think our fans were positive about it. It does create focus and strategy late in the game and brings a more definitive end to the game. And I think even some of the most conservative members of the media actually, after they saw it operate a few times, recognize the merits of the rule. Whether it survives or not, I'm not going to speculate on it right now.
I'm a lucky guy that I get to talk to a lot of people in this position, from you, Commissioner Manfred, to fans wanting to call in. I haven't spoken to a single person that says, boy, do I miss pitchers hitting. Boy, do I miss when that pitcher gets in there in that ninth spot and squares up and moves a runner over. Do you think that is also maybe something you'd consider?
I do. Obviously, all these changes need to be negotiated with the Players Association. I think any rule or rule change where people look at it and say, you know what, just from a safety and health perspective, this may be a better rule for our game. I think the DH kind of falls in that category. Keep pitchers off the base path. They're really valuable. Look, I think a little more offense in every part of our game, probably not a bad thing, but that's another one that will get some discussion.
And then a question that I've sent out to my friends across the country. Hey, I got the commissioner coming on today. Is there anything you think I should ask him? Friends of mine on the East Coast want to know about maybe an earlier start time to World Series games. We just spent the beginning portion of our conversation about what a remarkable finish that was to Game 4. Stroke of midnight for kids sitting there in Tampa, Florida, probably fast asleep. Is there what are you thinking about bringing new, younger fans in, maybe with something like that?
Well, let me deal with start times first. I mean, I think that whenever we set a start time, we set start times with our broadcast partners that are designed to get the largest possible audience for, our most important games. We could play more daytime postseason games than any other sport. I mean, you just think about the first round, right? The 2 out of 3 series. You could watch a game, from noon on till any point in the day. I think there is a little bit of a misimpression on this issue. Our younger audiences are not diminished in primetime start games. The numbers are about the same as the earlier start times that we have during the initial rounds of the playoffs. And again, the real key from our perspective is to get the largest possible audience watching our most important games.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.